creating a service-minded culture that is service first? How do you actually do that? Where does it start?
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's top down. That's like the no brainer and pat response. It's from the top down. But it's true. It is. It's even how you deal with your own team members, customers, etc. And you should look at your team members as customers as well. When they have an issue, are you being empathetic? Are you listening? Do you understand what happened? So I always use the example of if somebody made a mistake and came to me and said, "We really dropped the ball. We did this. This is what happened. Here's how we fix it." And you can tell they're like nervous, right? Especially the higher the dollar signs go on these types of mistakes, they're freaking out. And I'm usually like, okay, thanks for letting me know. And, they're wondering why I'm not mad. Well, you made a mistake. You identified the problem. You created the solution. And I know it's never going to happen again based on this conversation. Okay. And it's that even just the way that you service your internal teams creates that. They also see how you act. They see how you behave. It's like when you go out to dinner with somebody you haven't been out to dinner with and you see how they treat the waitress, or you're dating. I haven't dated in a while, but I hear this is a thing. And you watch how they treat the service staff. It shows you how they treat people. So absolute top down. And then it's about empowering them. And the other part of it is that this promotes a city, a show, an event. And so as an association, if you put that messaging out about the service you want from the top down, and you go to a safety talk, you go to these and you tell people, listen, these people on the show floor are really important to me. They're important to us. Please know that you're reflective of all of us. And these are our expectations. So please treat them kindly. Yes, I know you don't know where the local zoo is if they ask you that, or where the best restaurant is, but point them in our direction, or tell them the zoo is 2 blocks away if it comes up, because it's going to come up. And you engage from the top down in ways that you're empowering people and reminding them that they're reflective. That matters. And it, kind of, you see their shoulders go up and their head go up, and they now feel like they're really part of the team, and they feel like you're proud of them and you're proud that they're there. And that's reflective of how they treat people. I mean, again, I said I came from Four Seasons. My very first week at Four Seasons was in a training with everybody that started that month. So I had the new general manager, housekeeper, service staff, myself, like everybody got the same message. You're all treated the same exact way, because the expectation was the same for every single person. That when you walk by, you make eye contact, you say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You don't, you do these things, and it creates habits and it creates a culture. And the most
Mm.
important thing, you can buy all the tech you want. You can launch new branding, new marketing. Service is free. I don't know how to better say that. It is going to get you more customers, retain your customers, create promoters, and overall affect the entire work environment. We're in a workforce shortage. You want to keep the people you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Create service culture,
Yeah.
and it's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Well,
And
and
it
the other
gives you the
thing, Julie, how many friends do we have? How many companies do you know? Everybody, I don't know if they're still doing it, but everybody used to say the reason to do business with our company, Mr. Customer, is because of our service, right? Well, the thing about service is usually something has to go wrong in order for you to prove that you've got great service. To your point about taking the milk back to Walmart and so my people have heard from me for years. Look, we're in a crisis management business, and for the environments that we just finished talking about for the last 15 minutes. I'm never freaked out when somebody says something went wrong at a show at a move-in. It's going to happen. I'm more concerned about how did we respond, right? Because we're looking to prove that. So back in the day, I used to work for a company called Skyline Exhibits. They had a great executive who was running operations, a 3M guy named Lanny Moline. Shout out to Skyline, shout out to Lanny. But what he taught us is a concept of oneness, right? Because at the end of the day, those customers judge us as one. They don't see all the people at the service desk or the vendors or the carpet vendors or the graphic suppliers or the exhibit houses. CES was either great or Infocom sucked, right? They will judge us as one, and it's one individual. Like, it could be the security guard that was unsympathetic that they left their badge at their hotel and made them go down and wait in line for an hour, or wouldn't let another colleague come in. There's all kinds of things that can derail their experience, right? And to your point, um, what an opportunity, or Khalil's point, right? What an opportunity to get us all singing from the same hymnal. And for years, I work in both Orlando and Las Vegas, and I live in both places. And I always used to say to my friends at the Orange County Convention Center here, we have our work cut out for us, because man, every cab driver that picks me up to the airport asks me about what show I'm in for, and what am I doing for an event that night, and where am I going to dinner, and do I want any recommendations? I'm like, oh my good Lord, they are training the cab drivers on the experience, right? And it was, I said, that's tough to compete, but they get that there was, $7 billion a year in tax dollars, business traveler tax dollars coming into Clark County. And I think at the time, Orange County, Florida was about $1 billion too. And both economies need that work. But man, we had everybody pulling in the same direction. Pandemic knocked us off balance, I think. But that's part of what our build back strategy has to look like.